Hello everybody. So it's time to talk about a very important customer service skill again, empathy. When we ask you to display empathy on a phone call, we're asking you to understand the caller's situation and identify with their feelings and motives. In other words, callers need to know that you are putting yourself in their shoes, that you care about what they're saying on a personal level. In order to be understanding, you first have to listen. A caller will never feel like you appreciate their feelings if you do not even take the time to hear what they're having to say. The first step is to make sure they know you're listening to them. Rushing a situation or saying something that indicates you did not hear a word they said will make it very clear to your caller that you do not care about what they have to say. From a caller's perspective, it is impossible for you to help them if you're not listening to what they need.
Okay. What it is, I got a funeral to go to Wednesday, and I was going to overnight it, whatever it has to be, or somehow I have to
Fleet
have
Marine
one.
Force lapel pin. Yes,
Yes.
we do have those.
Remember that what they are telling you is important to them, and the first thing you need to do is hear them out. This man was explaining that he has a funeral to go to and really needs to make sure he gets the product before the funeral. Instead of interrupting the caller, the CSR should have let him finish speaking and then said something like this. I completely understand, and first of all, I want to say I'm truly sorry for your loss. Funerals are never easy. Regarding the order, let me make sure that we'll be able to get this to you in time. One moment, please, while I confirm the shipping details. It does not matter what you say, guys. It does not matter what tone you use. If you do not first hear them out, then the best empathy will have little to no effect. Once they finish, it's time to be empathetic. Acknowledge what they said and use your tone to tell the caller that you really mean what you're saying. Make sure you acknowledge what they said so they know you heard them, as situations like this can really kill an interaction.
Hi, I can do $5 a month. It's not much, but if that'll work, I'll be glad to do that. So you're going to donate a gift, correct?
So this person was expressing how $5 is not much, but she hoped it counted. The CSR did not even acknowledge what the caller said, much less display heartfelt gratitude for what she is doing. Something like this would have made this a positive phone call instead of a negative phone call. $5 a month is no small commitment, ma'am, and I want you to know that every single dollar makes a difference. We really appreciate your support. Have you ever donated to WayFM before? Let them know that you heard them, and then remember that empathy is about tone. You can use empathetic words and fail to show empathy because you obviously did not mean what you say. On the other hand, you can display excellent empathy with very simple language as long as your tone is sincere. For example, you could say this. I understand and I really wish I could help you with that. May I have your phone number, please, so a specialist can call you back and address your concerns? Without using my voice, tone, and inflection to tell the caller that I care, the words have little effect. Your tone speaks much louder than your words. Try not to think too hard about what you will say. It's much more important that you try very hard to mean what you say. Using the exact same words, I could say, I understand, and I really wish I could help you with that. May I have your phone number, please, so a specialist can call you back and address your concerns? This is not to say that you cannot get creative about what you say. Depending on the caller and what they're saying, you may need to get more elaborate with the words you choose in order to make sure they know that you heard them. Also, it's very important that you do not sound scripted, so changing it up on every call could help you sound sincere. With that said, there's no need to stress about it. If you're at a loss for words and have trouble expressing yourself, then your empathy will still come across as long as your tone is genuine. This is one of my favorite examples of great empathy.
I went through domestic violence, and my husband actually burned the house, and it's just been a bad year, but God helped me get through it. And I feel like if I hadn't had that, I couldn't have made it. Well, words can't express how much I'm glad that we were there for you and we were able to help you through this.
And with your donation, you're definitely going to help yourself and help any future people that we might be able to reach in the same way that we reach you.
Take your time to show empathy, but don't forget that our clients are billed by the minute. You need to make sure the caller knows that you care about what they're saying on a personal level, and you should never get marked down for taking your time to do this. However, once it's done, once the caller knows you understand and identify with their feelings, it is time to move the call forward. I'm going to say this same example one more time so you can notice how I move the call forward without hurting the caller's feelings. Ma'am, $5 a month is no small commitment, and I want you to know that every single dollar makes a difference. We really appreciate your support. Have you ever donated to WayFM before?